Welcome to Fact TV, your daily dose of truth, news, and everything trending. Sip the facts, spill the tea, only on Fact TV. Today we're looking into Sabrina Carpenter's album and brand. The big question is Sabrina Carpenter's latest album a success? Some fans are praising her artistry while others are calling out contradictions, especially when it comes to feminism, her image, and some surprisingly male-centered lyrics. Let's break it all down. First, let's rewind. Sabrina's debut album, Eyes Wide Open, was cute, fresh, and very Disney graduate energy. It set her up as a rising pop star, but it didn't exactly shake the industry. The reception? Moderate. Not a huge flop, not a massive success, just enough to say, okay, she's on the map. The album, short and sweet, was even a bigger success. The song Espresso became an overnight success. It was even a trending sound on TikTok and still is. Now, fast forward to today. Sabrina has carved a new identity, edgier, sassier, more daring. From being Disney's girl next door to a pop-it girl, she's definitely rebranding herself. On the charts, the new album is actually doing much better than her debut. Streams are up, TikTok is eating it up, and her fan base has grown. Commercially, it's leaning towards a success. But here's the twist. While the numbers look good, some critics argue it's not as strong artistically. Some songs sound repetitive, some feel like fillers. So it's kind of a numbers win, message questionable situation. Regardless of the naysayers, her album has now cemented herself as a pop girly. She is now a brand deserving of recognition. Unfortunately, she has been faced with some criticism. You may wonder where the criticism is coming from. Well, some feel like Sabrina Carpenter is a walking contradiction. And here's where the contradictions come in. Sabrina publicly leans into girl power, independence, and feminist vibes. Her way of dressing is viewed to be woman empowerment. She expresses girl power and gives an outlook of how a woman should dress, which should be how they feel like, without the criticism of the male gaze. But with the recent album, her lyrics, a lot of them center around men. Take Because I Liked a Boy. The whole song is about her identity being judged based on her relationship with a guy. Powerful in a way, yes, but also very male-centered. It's a paradox. She's pushing feminist branding, but the music still revolves around heartbreak, men, and relationships. Fans are calling it mixed messaging. Do you think it's contradictory or artistic expression? Another thing, some of Sabrina's lyrics have been labeled as contraband or controversial. They push boundaries, get a little cheeky, even risque. That's part of her new brand. She's no longer holding back. But again, the message feels conflicted. Is she empowering women, or is she just selling relatability through relationship drama? So, is the album a success? Commercially, Sabrina Carpenter's latest album is definitely a success. It's topping charts in ways her debut never did. But in terms of messaging and artistic direction, that's where it gets messy. She's in this weird in-between, feminist icon to some, contradictory songwriter to others. And honestly, maybe that's the secret to her success, keeping people talking even when the message isn't 100% clear. Her short and sweet album is award-winning. She recently won awards at the VMAs. Doing something. And at the end of the day, love her or hate her, Sabrina Carpenter is doing something right. Her latest album might be messy in its messaging, but numbers don't lie. It's her biggest commercial win yet. And let's not forget that unforgettable VMAs performance. She owned that stage with confidence, style, and attitude that reminded a lot of fans of early 2000s pop royalty. Some even called it a modern nod to Britney Spears, with the same mix of sweetness, sass, and sex appeal that made Britney an icon. So yes, the contradictions are there. The feminist image versus the male-centered lyrics, the cheeky contraband lines. But maybe that's what makes Sabrina fascinating. She's not just fitting into one box, she's blurring the lines, forcing us to debate whether she's the next feminist pop princess, a clever marketer, or both. One thing's for sure, she's no longer the Disney girl next door. Sabrina is rewriting her own narrative. And whether you call it a flop, a success, or a contradiction, the conversation around her music proves she's cemented her spot in today's pop culture. So tell me in the comments, did Sabrina Carpenter's album live up to the hype? Was her VMAS performance legendary or just nostalgia bait? And is she carving out her lane like Britney once did or still figuring it out? Let's talk.